Okay, gotta get the ATIS real quick. Let's do flap real quick. Okay. ATIS, ground 1219er. Correct. Okay, ATIS 1253. 2, 5, 3. Let's go to comm 1 to talk or listen to comm 2. Or wait, 1253.
121.9, a private taxi. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Oscar. Lubbock International Airport information, Oscar, 1853 Zulu, automated weather, wind calm, visibility 10 miles, few clouds 8,000, few clouds 25,000, 30,000 scattered, temperature 26, check density altitude, 2.5, altimeter 3003. Remarks, moderate cumulus distance southeast through south. Visual approach and use landing runway 26, simultaneous approaches being conducted to converging in parallel runways. Notice Theremin. Runway 17 right, 35 left closed. Runway 17 right, localizer, back course, runway 35 left and associated nav aids out of service. Runway 17 right, 35 left, RNAV approach unavailable. Taxiways Mike, south of Foxtrot closed. Taxiway Victor between runway 17 right and taxiway Lima, closed. Taxiway Foxtrot west of taxiway Mike, closed. Taxiway Sierra east of taxiway Lima, closed. Taxiway Mike 300 feet north of taxiway Juliet, closed. Taxiway
1219er for ground, 1205 for tower. Lubbock ground, Cherokee 828 Mike Charlie at Hub City Aviation with Oscar, ready to taxi.
Cherokee 828 Mike Charlie, Lubbock Tower, departure frequency 19.2, squawk 0444, and say departure intentions.
Departure intentions are student solo for traffic patterns, squawk 0444 for 8 Mike Charlie.
Cherokee Mike Charlie, Roger, you can disregard the departure frequency, runway 26, taxi via Lima, Juliet, cross runway 17 right.
Lima, Juliet, cross 17 right, 8 Mike Charlie.
Southwest 3962, contact departure.
Five, 1205. Lubbock Tower, Cherokee 828 Mike Charlie, holding short Juliet, runway 26, ready for departure.
Cherokee Mike Charlie, Roger, hold for traffic on rollout.
Holding for traffic, 8 Mike Charlie.
King Air 7 Kilo Alpha, safe parking.
Lubbock Arrow.
King Air 7 Kilo Alpha, taxi parking via Golf, Juliet, cross runway 17 right.
Golf Juliet, cross 17 right, 207 Kilo Alpha.
Lubbock Tower, DPS 115, we're inbound ILS 26.
DPS 115, Lubbock Tower, runway 26, clear to land, wind 3306.
Clear to land 26, DPS 115.
All right.
Cherokee Mike Charlie, runway 26. Correction, hold for traffic that's on the option.
Holding short, 8 Mike Charlie. We're gonna end in 2.4. We'll end around 3 o'clock. I can push it a little if need. That pre-landing takeoff.
Tower 207, Kilo Alpha, confirm you want me to stay with you or move the ground?
Remain this frequency.
Stay with you and cross 35, cross the runway at Juliet.
Kilo Alpha, affirmative, cross runway 17 right at Juliet.
What's up right at Juliet, crossing 207 Kilo Alpha.
Tower 5 Tango Mike on the miss.
Turn 5 Tango Mike, roger.
Lubbock Tower, Skyline 163 Charlie Tango is with you on the visual for 26.
Skyline 163 Charlie Tango, Lubbock Tower, runway 26, clear to land number 2.
26, clear to land number 2 for Charlie Tango.
Cherokee 8 Mike Charlie, runway 26, clear for takeoff, extend upwind.
Clear for takeoff 26, 8 Mike Charlie extending upwind.
Number 5 Tango Mike, contact departure.
Extend upwind. Okay.
Over to departure path. And Lubbock Tower 573, Charlie Zulu visual 26 behind the sky lane.
Number 573 Charlie Zulu, Lubbock Tower, runway 26, cleared to land, number 3.
Cleared to land, number 3, runway 26, 573 Charlie Zulu.
Green, green, green. Alright, extending upwind. Wind, there we go.
Number 2 Romeo Hotel, stay parking.
Chaparral.
Number 2 Romeo Hotel, roger, turn left taxiway golf. Text parking via Juliet, this frequency.
Okay, that's golf, and Juliet, stay with you.
Landing light on, fuel pump on, flaps mixture. Okay. Got a lot of turbulence up here today, guys. Fun, but it's not easy. It's not fun. Smooth approach though. We're on the glide scope. Got 2 reds on the right, 2 whites on the left. About 75 knots coming in here. Power is about 1800 RPM. We'll keep it coming in. Add a little bit of left rudder to get that nose aligned with the center line right before we hit touchdown. Not hit. Hopefully touchdown. Perfect approach though. We made the runway, so I'm going to put my last degree of flaps in. Give us that higher angle of descent. Keep that nose up. Got a lot of bumps right here as we're getting close to the asphalt. A little bit of power because right after we get over the runway it likes to drop us about 10-15 feet. We're coming down, we're coming down. Now what I'm going to do is slowly pull back on the nose, bleed off some of that airspeed while putting a little bit of left rudder in. Hold that nose off. There we go. Full power. We'll take back off again.
Sonic 5, Lubbock ground. Sonic 5, cross taxi limit. Cherokee Mike Charlie, make right or left traffic, your discretion.
Right traffic, 8 Mike Charlie. A little harder landing than I expected, but it was controlled the whole time. That's what I'm looking for. That I was able to control the plane onto the runway, even in a slight crosswind or even if the winds are calm, which I think they are right now. So pattern altitude is 4,300 and we are currently at 4,200. You make your right turn onto from upwind to crosswind, and then there's downwind and base and final. So you make your turn on the crosswind when you are at 3,800, which is about 500 feet above the airport. So for example, this airport's about 3,300. So at 3,800 is when you make your right turn.
Cherokee Mike Charlie, runway 26, clear for the option, wind 3204.
Clear for the option, runway 268, Mike Charlie. 320. Okay, so we have a little bit of a crosswind this time from our right, and I have to keep note of that. I'm going to try to keep it around 80 knots the whole time in the pattern. Something I personally like to do so I can slow down quicker, control myself. With this turbulence, I get bounced around and I gain 10 knots and lose 10 knots every few seconds. So we're abeam the numbers of the runway. We're going to put our first degree of flaps in. That's going to start slowing us down. And I put my first, you can't use flaps unless you're in that white arc right here. Max is about 115 knots. I'm at 80, so I was good to put in that first notch. I'm going to wait until that runway is about a 45-degree angle from my right rear view my right rear mirror window. Put it in a right aileron so I can get closer to the runway while still descending. I want to keep about a 500 feet per minute descent. Airspeed's good. We need to descend. There we go. Next degree of flaps slow us down even more and get us to descend quicker. And I don't put the last degree of flaps in until I am sure that I've made the runway. Therefore, if I have an engine out, I still have some extra airspeed. I can release the flaps if I have to keep that glide going. Full flaps causes a lot of drag. You want that only when you're about to make the runway so you can keep that. I'll stop talking so I can focus here. A little high, but I've made the runway, last degree of flaps, keep descending. I got that crosswind here, so I'm going to descend pretty quickly here. I'm not going to do a slip because I have full flaps and I don't want to do
Lubbock Tower, Empire 11's a flight to F-18, 14 miles to the east for the overhead 26.
Empire 11, Lubbock Tower, report a 3-mile initial.
Empire 11, Will Cove, request carrier if able.
Empire 11, second.
Empire 11, request the carrier break if able.
a little low, so I'm going to just keep that power in here. Keep us gliding. There we go, we're over the runway, and I'm going to keep that power slowly coming out.
Empire 11, carrier brake is approved. Brake left, or correction, left turns, pattern out through below 5,000.
Empire 1, copy, carrier brake approved, that'd be a left hand brake, thanks.
Hold that nose up. Come on, Preston, you got this, you got this. There we go. Alright, full power.
Entire be advised, carrier pattern 800 foot brake, is that allowed?
Empire 11, approved as requested.
Empire 11, thanks.
There we go. We only have about 8-10 mile an hour winds from our right side. I'm about to get a call from the tower probably, so I'm going to stop talking for a second.
Empire 11, correction, make right turns.
Empire 11 be a right hand brake.
Cherokee 8 Mike Charlie, make left traffic.
Left traffic, 8 Mike Charlie. Very fun. So we're about 3,600 feet. I'm climbing at an airspeed about 80 knots. That's our best rate of climb. That means over the amount of time we are climbing, or actually over a long period of time, we're getting the best performance and climb rate.
Tower Empire 11 numbers.
4,800. We are going to make that traffic.
3604.
Empire 11 braking.
So VY, which is the best rate of climb speed, is your best rate of climb over a distance. VX is your best angle of climb, if that makes sense. That means if you have an obstacle ahead of you and you have to clear it, you're going to go for about 65 knots.
Empire 11, runway 26, clear to land, wind 0105.
Because
Empire 11, clear to land, wind 26.
you don't care about airspeed and distance. You want to get up as fast as you can, the shortest amount of distance, which is what VX is. Usually you have flaps when you do that, because the flaps give you that extra degree of, that extra factor of lift.
Empire 11, 3 down and locked.
You can't see, but there's Texas Tech right off my right
Wind
wing.
0104.
Alright, we got winds coming from the other direction.
Empire 1, 2 here.
I'm gonna
Roger.
put my nose into the winds here so I don't drift too far off of the run or off of the airport area.
Cherokee 8 Mike Charlie, extend downwind, traffic to follow. In the opposite downwind is F-18.
Extend downwind 8 Mike Charlie, looking for traffic. Alright, I'm looking for an F-18, which is pretty interesting. Somebody must be flying a type of military fighter jet. I'm looking there. Is it opposite downwind or opposite upwind?
Tower, turning citation 550 Charlie is with you for the visual 26.
Citation 550 Charlie, Loic Tower, runway 26, clear to land. You'll be following a Cherokee that's in the left midfield downwind for runway 26.
Alright, number 2, clear to land. We'll be looking for the Cherokee. Thanks, 50 Charlie.
Citation 50 Charlie, that Cherokee is indicating 100 knots.
Alright, thanks.
11 Tower, Cherokee 8 Mike Charlie has the F-18 in sight.
Cherokee 8 Mike Charlie, just want to verify that you have the second F-18 in sight.
8 Mike Charlie has the 1 landing currently.
Cherokee 8 Mike Charlie, traffic to follow is F-18, currently short final right behind that one over the numbers right now.
Traffic inside is over 8 Mike Charlie once again.
Cherokee 8 Mike Charlie, follow that traffic, runway 26, clear for the option, wind calm, caution wake turbulence.
Runway 26, clear for the option, caution wake turbulence, 8 Mike Charlie. Wow, landing behind 2 F-18s. What a sight. I've never seen those flying before. Alright, so we're way past the numbers. Let's just do our first degree of flaps. And now we have to be caution of wake turbulence. Now that is because these jets are heavy, they're flying slow, and they are coming to land, meaning that they create wingtip vortices, and those are very dangerous. They can actually throw your plane into the ground.
Empire 1-1, turn left taxiway, Golf taxi, park via Juliet, Lima, cross runway 17 right, remain this frequency.
Taxi to Golf, cross from Juliet, Lima, and remain this frequency.
Final is clear. Keep our descent coming here.
So citation 50 Charlie, that traffic to follow is a Cherokee joining about a 1.5 mile final.
I'll be still looking for him, and we're slowing for 50 Charlie.
Cherokee 8 Mike Charlie, make low approach only.
Low approach only 8 Mike Charlie. Alright, so he wants me to come in low and land quickly and then get off.
Yeah, 50 Charlie's got the Cherokee in sight.
Citation 50 Charlie, roger.
He wants me to touch down early is what he wants me to do. Lower approach only. I gotta watch out for those F-18 though.
Empire 1-1, confirm your taxi to Lubbock Air.
Empire 1-1, affirmative. It'll be, if you just continue westbound on taxiway Juliet, it'll be right there at 12 o'clock.
Copy, I'm visual, thanks.
Wow, we are climbing. Look at those F-18s. I wish I could show you with that camera, but they're right here. I'm gonna try to tip my nose down and aim at them. But nah, that's incredible. Wow. Wow.
Cherokee 8 Mike Charlie, make left traffic.
Left traffic, 8 Mike Charlie. Wow.
With you, 50 Charlie.
Cherokee 8 Mike Charlie, runway 26, clear for the option, wind 0805.
26 clear for the option, 8 Mike Charlie. 060 at 5, I think you said, or something. Yeah, we'll figure it out as we're landing though. I really don't... Once you get used to flying a little bit, you can tell where the winds are pushing you by how the aircraft reacts. The airplane reacts, reacts to when you're coming in for final. Your nose will be pointing in a direction, but your ground track will be going straight, and you can know the wind is pushing you in a certain direction. And the easiest part is just keep yourself lined up with the center of the runway, and use the right here, like I'm doing now, the rudders, pedals, to keep your nose on the center line as well. For being the numbers, first degree of flaps, we're clear for the option for 26. We're going to descend at a rate of about 400 to 500 feet per minute, more or less, depending on how quick I need to get to the runway and how short I cut my downwind. Sometimes I like to get more touch and goes in, so I kind of cheat it a little bit. But we're about to get 45 off, so I'm going to make that left turn here. Now we're descending some more. Even more, come on, there we go. Second degree of flaps in. There we go. Ooh, got a gust of something here. Gave my stomach the butterflies. You always have your hand on the throttle at critical points of flight, such as takeoffs or landings. And the reason for that is because, oh, we got a thermal that just picked us up here. Come on. Cut that power off and just put the nose down. We'll put that final degree of flaps in. We are high. As you see on the glide slope, there are 4 white lights. Now that right there indicates that we are high. Red means you're dead. Technically, all 4 red mean that you're pretty much close to the ground. You're too low. So I put red means you're dead, and then white just means that you're high, or 2 red and 2 white is what I'm looking for, which is I have, which is really good here. I have the airplane till 3 o'clock, I said. Coming in for a stable approach here. Pulling up the throttle slowly, slowly. Don't bounce there, don't bounce. A bit of a left rudder here. Pull that nose up, pull that nose up. Okay, that was rough. I'll do one more. That one was not as impressive as I thought it should, or the approach was good, the execution, the landing part was not. We'll do one more. We'll make it a full stop for 3 p.m.
Cherokee, Mike Charlie, make left traffic.
Left traffic, Mike Charlie. We're already at turning altitude here. 2,800, 700, 800. I have that turn coming here. That landing was difficult because I was coming down and it was nice. No rudder, nothing. I was just coming in easily. Next you know, I got a gust of wind. Come on, straighten out there. I had a gust of wind just come and hit me from the side. Tried to quickly react. Everything's still green and good here. Amps are at 0, which is interesting. Alternator amps. Volts. Volts are good though with the amps. It's showing just a little bit over 0. Well, I'll ask the instructor when I get down. Oh, we hit a bug. Gross.
Cherokee Mike Charlie, runway 26, clear for the option, wind 0906.
Runway 26, clear for the option game, Mike Charlie. 09 at 6. So it looks like we have a winds from behind us, actually. The tailwind, it's not a... That's why I feel like I'm landing so quickly, is because that wind is actually pushing us down the runway quicker, meaning it's harder to get on the ground. That wind's not slowing me down, it's actually speeding me up. And Lubbock Tower, make Mike Charlie, and we'll make this a full stop.
Cherokee Mike Charlie, roger.
See, the airplane is perfectly trimmed. Aside from the turbulence, it's just going to cruise down to altitude. There's a trim right between my seat that I'm rolling up and down, and there's tabs on the actual elevators that will adjust to my inputs and stay there. Kind of like, I don't know how to describe them, because I'd say they're trimmed. They just stay where you set them, and the airplane will stay elevated at a certain pitch as long as you have the power set where it's needed and the trim set. You should have no problems. It's also to relax pressure, so I can just let go and have my hands control the plane but not constantly fight it. Winds are gusting. Turning on the final here. Last degree of flaps. Gonna slow us down quite a bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of power and actually take out the power. I'm gonna go nose down to get that. This plane is so nose down. I'm gonna trim up real quick because I'm not even touching this and we're going pretty much 10 degrees down. We're gonna need some more power here. We lost some power with that trim up. I don't want to have to fight the aircraft here. There we go, we're coming pretty slow here. 09 that the winds were, so it's a left tailwind. Alright, so we're in here. Alright, our nose is a little bit to the left, so we're going to push a little bit right. Lubbock Tower, Mike Charlie's going around.
Cherokee Mike Charlie, roger.
That's called the go-around. That is when you're not comfortable with how the plane is reacting and the conditions and you would like to try again. Basically, I was coming into land and there was some type of gust.
Cherokee Mike Charlie, make left traffic.
Left traffic, Mike Charlie. Yeah, something started gusting this plane. I wasn't having the inputs I was putting in, I wasn't getting a reply. I was starting to get stressed and my head started to spin a little bit. I was getting worried, so I decided to just go around. Try it again another time. You don't have to land that very second. I have a lot of fuel and I'm good. We're gonna make left traffic though, so we're gonna keep climbing. Down just a bit, so I'm gonna keep pushing on the nose. Yeah, I think the winds are starting to gust. need to put her down on this landing though. I don't have to. It's not like my life or death, but I want to get out. I've done quite a few landings. I'm not running late. I'm actually trying to cut this flight a little bit short. I have finals tomorrow, but I think when I was up here, this wind just picked up. I really think it just picked up.
Check 8 Mike Charlie, runway 26, clear to land, wind 1104.
Clear land, runway 26, 8 Mike Charlie. Winds 110 at, or 110 at what, 4? Better not have said 2-4. I think he only said 4. It's not 112 or 110 at 4. So I think we only have a 4 knot wind. That's not too bad. But these thermals are what's going to get me. I had a lot of runway 2. I wasn't too worried. I just didn't want to have to cruise down to the other end of the runway, if that makes sense. Alright, power's coming out. It's about 1700. First degree of flaps, we are below the white arc, or in the white arc. Sending. Come on, you got this. Okay, you got this, you got this. Keep coming down. We're at 4,000, 3,800, give or take. Second degree of flaps is in. Finals clear. See, we got that turn. Oh, my stomach just dropped on that. Oh god, that was not fun. A little more power. Got a steep turn here. Now with that last degree of flaps.
Captain Tower Citation 906 Mike Tango, visual runway 26.
Citation 906 Mike Tango, Lubbock Tower, runway 26, clear to land, wind 1304.
Clear land, runway 26, 906 Mike Tango, thank you.
All right. Flaps down, flight brakes, brakes.
Check 8 Mike Charlie, turn left, taxiway Kilo, taxi parking via Juliet, Lima, cross runway 17 right, remain this frequency.
Juliet, Lima, exiting on Kilo, remain on the frequency, taxi cover station. Landing light off, fuel pump off, flaps are down. We are currently staying with the tower frequency, rotating beacons on, pitot heaters off, heartbeat off, avionics on.
Tower, is it okay for 906 Mike Tango to roll to the end of 26 for Lubbock Arrow?
Warm. But for those of you that don't know what aviation and don't know much about it, while I'm taxiing, I'll explain everything here. This is our section. We have gyroscopes inside this aircraft that control most of the instruments, such as this one, which is our attitude indicator. And what a gyroscope does is it spins thousands of revolutions per minute. And according to the airplane, whenever it turns, or whatever attitude the airplane is in, upside down, right side up, this will remain the same way up. It does not change no matter what. So you can actually tell if you're turning, if you're right side up, even if you can't see out the windows. Right here is our airspeed. It's like your miles per hour, but except in knots. There's miles per hour is converted, but it's just like the speedometer on your car. It's our airspeed indicator. It tells us how fast we're moving in the air. This, of course, I mentioned was our our attitude indicator. It tells us if we're going up, nose up, down, turning left, turning right. And the thing is, we can do that visually by looking out the window.
Park 1, lower tower.
Let's say we enter the clouds, right? You can't see out the windows. It's pitch white. It's just white, or it's dark.
Park
and it's
1,
pitch
cross
black.
taxiway Juliet.
All you rely on is this and your turn coordinator if you're an instrument-rated pilot, which I'm not. I know the basics, but I've yet to learn a lot about that. This is our altitude. It shows us ground altitude right now above mean sea level, which Lubbock Airport is about 3,300 feet above sea level. So that's where we are right now. So when I'm flying at 6,000 feet, I'm really only about 1,500, 2,000 above the ground in Lubbock. This is of course, this is all instrument stuff right here. I'm not too familiar with it, but this is a VOR.
Lubbock Aero for 906 Mike Tango.
VOR navigation identifier.
6 Mike Tango, turn left, taxiway Gulf, taxi to parking via Juliet, Lima, cross runway 17 right, remain this frequency.
You can plug
Gulf,
in
Juliet and Lima, cross 17 right and remain this frequency 906 Mike Tango.
You can put in a heading that you're flying and contact a beacon via frequency or a VOR and remain on track if you're flying instrumentally. Hold on 1 second. Lubbock Tower, Cherokee, Mike Charlie's crossing runway 17 right.
Cherokee Mike Charlie, roger.
Let them know to be courteous so other aircraft aren't wondering where I am, because I heard somebody's coming actually crossing 17 right too. I don't know where they're at, but I know I might have somebody coming at me. So, and it's nice, they'll let the people here doing construction on the runway, since it's closed, they'll know. Anyways, continuing on, this is just a clock right here. You can set a timer, you can push it in, it'll count your seconds or minutes if you're doing coordinated turns and so forth. Turn coordinator, this ball right here moves, as you might be able to see here, and it shows the airplane turning. It uses a gyroscope. Just basic physics of gravity. Move that ball and that little fluid, I think it's kerosene, kind of like a compass, and it tells you if you are in a coordinated turn. Wow, those are those FC-16 that just went by. But it'll let you know if there's a coordinated turn. Wow, look at those. Oh my god. That is incredible. But yeah, they'll let you know if you're in a coordinated turn, or if you need to apply right or left rudder while in the air. So if you notice you're on an airplane and you're flying and you have a drink in front of you on an airliner, but when they make a turn, the liquid in your cup is not coming over the edge if it's filled to the brim. And the reason is because the rudder, it creates a coordinated turn to where everything is not being thrown off inside. The weight, all the center of gravity is not shifted too much to where things in the aircraft, not the center of gravity, but rotate the aircraft, gravity is no longer pulling straight down on the aircraft, it is pulling to the side. And this rudder allows you to keep a coordinated turn. And not only that, but a smoother flight. That's just a heading indicator. This is a backup. Of course, this is operated by the gyroscope as well. So there's something called gyroscopic oscillation, where when the aircraft bounces or shakes with turbulence, this can actually be thrown off a few degrees. As you see, this is about 22 as a heading. This is barely over 21. So it moves over time, so you have to constantly correct it when you take off and land and different things like that. And it's good to check it every once in a while. This is our climb rate. I don't know the actual term. What is that called officially? But it tells you your climb rate, how fast you're climbing or descending. And of course, that's really all there is. There's the RPM tachometer. 1 second here, I got a taxi, park the plane. Switches for lights, pumps, fuels, things like that. Avionics switch down here. There's a whole bunch of breakers, so if there's a circuit break or a trip or anything that could possibly start a fire, hopefully this breaker switches will pop and you'll be able to see them sticking out and know something went wrong and push it back in to try it, and if it keeps popping out, you know there's an issue. But aside from that, it's very simple. Once you learn it, it's like a car. It really is. You got the radios here, some navigational stuff. 1 second. So for those of you wanting to know how to turn off an airplane, parking brake is going to be set. Throttle's going to go about 15 or 1,000 RPMs, therefore we burn off all the fuel because I'm about to cut off the mixture here. So that cuts the gas off, and it's just going to burn the rest of the gas up in the engine and then stop. Now, all that's left is everything's off besides the rotating beacon that's always on at this airport. Avionics, when I turn off, will cut off the microphone. So I'm going to first take out the key. Avionics off.
Master off.